Welcome back. Welcome back to Young Trip Reactions. Yeah. Insane. Absolutely insane. Such a damn shame.
You're watching Young Trip Reactions, the show where rapper Young Trip reacts to the latest videos on crime, drama, news, and so much more. Get ready, because the show's about to start.
The first video we're gonna do is one of Nolan Wells' friends finally breaks silence about boating trip. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through my professional FB or my professional Instagram. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Let me know if there's civil rights attorneys involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know about the activists that are involved so I can join them in the fight for justice for you and your loved one. Also, let me know if it does involve a loved one or a friend. Let me know if they're still here and did not get unalived by the police involving that encounter. If they did, then you can speak for them as a relative or a friend. If they're not in a situation where they can speak, then obviously that works as well too for you to speak for them. If you don't want to speak for them, then you can give me the information that you want out there, and I can also pull the information that is public and try to help fight for justice for you and your family, along with the activists that are involved. Also, make sure you come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram as well too. Those will be at the top of the chat and in the link in the description at the top of the description as well too. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family, and let's get into this.
So now to the latest on the mysterious death of Nolan Wells. For the first time since Wells' body was found, we're hearing from a friend of the 18-year-old who was with him on the day that he died. Tracestin Shepherd, who says that he was with Wells on the 4th of July, but declined to speak on camera because of the threats that he says he's been receiving.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
All right, Kajachi, and also legal analyst and attorney Brian Buckmeyer join me now for more. So, Ike, what more are we learning about why Wells stayed behind and didn't go back to the mainland with his friends?
Yeah, Kira, this has really been at the center of everything. This question, why did Nolan Wells stay behind when everyone else decided to actually leave the island? Well, now we're hearing from someone who was there that day. His childhood friend, Tracestin Shepherd, said that the boat that they came on experienced an electrical issue, and they had to go back to shore because of that. And he says Nolan told the group he wanted to stay behind because he met a girl and planned to catch a ride back on another friend's boat. Now,
if that is true, again, you know, he is 18 years old. Maybe he was just mesmerized about the girl, or with the girl, I mean. He was mesmerized with the girl. And maybe he did go against what his parents taught him, which is stay with the group. You know, I've been 18 years old and, you know, been like, oh my goodness, you know, I really like this person, or I want to get to know them, or I want to kick it with them, or whatever. I mean, we've all been there, right? I know the parents was like, well, we taught him to always stay with the group and all that. You probably did, but is it not possible that he just, was so into this girl that he just didn't think about that and just stayed? Yes, because we've all been 18. Let's not act like we haven't. And you just don't think about what your parents told you to do, right? As in his parents taught him, stay with the group. All of our parents have taught us that, right? But when you're mesmerized with somebody, or you are attracted to somebody and you want to get to know them or whatever, even though he could have just got her number and just went on with his friends, or got her FB, or got her Instagram or something like that, but obviously he wanted to stay. But also, when you're 18 years old, you're not thinking about all that. See, I'm thinking about all that, but I'm thinking about that as a person in my late 20s, almost 30 years old. He's, 18, 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a bit of a difference. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Trip family. I'm not saying that his parents didn't teach him what they said. I'm saying that let's not act like it's not possible that he didn't just say, hey, I want to stay with the girl, and didn't think like the way we would think as a person that's older than somebody who's in their late 20s, early 30s, or older, where you would just think, hey, let me just get your FB, let me get your Instagram, let me get your number, or something like that, and let me continue to get to know you, and I got to get going with my friends because something's going on with our boat. Let's continue. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification and join the Young Trip family.
Shepherd described this shore because of that, and he says Nolan told the group he wanted to stay behind because he met a girl and planned to catch a ride back on another friend's boat. Now, Shepherd described this trip as one last hurrah before everyone scattered back to school and work after this holiday. There were about 300 people on that island that day. A lot of them were high school classmates. They knew each other, and they wanted to spend this time as just one big party before everyone dispersed wherever they needed to go. But according to his friend, Tracestin Shepherd said that this wasn't anything sinister at all. It was an 18-year-old who wanted to have fun, but Kira, as we know, that 18-year-old Nolan Wells never made it back to shore.
Well, and Brian, Tracestin also addressed the viral video investigators, have been looking into, saying he's actually the one yelling, not Wells. How crucial is that?
Kira, I think it's very crucial in the sense of now we know who's yelling, why they were yelling, and according to Tracestin, it had nothing to do with what Nolan Wells was doing. Instead, giving us a description that a stranger was kind of getting in his face and he was yelling at him. This closed down one avenue of investigation, and while that might be heartbreaking that it doesn't give us an answer, eliminating possibilities as to what happened will hopefully steer us in the right direction, finding the right reason as to why everything happened. And then going back to something that Ike said, I hope that with Tracestin saying Wells was there talking to a girl, that we can get a description of that girl, what she was wearing, who she might be, and follow up on more questions.
Well, detectives, I think, have already interviewed that girl and interviewed her family and stuff already, and she said that he was going back to the boat with his friends or something like that. Unless there's another girl now, and unless he was just macking real hard and talking to multiple different girls. But the main girl, if they're talking about the same girl, she said that, after they were done, that he was like, I'm going back to the boat with my friends, because obviously something was wrong with the boat, but that wasn't discussed last, that's just now new about something being wrong with the boat. But he said he was going back to the boat with his friends, to her at least. Let's continue. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
So then, Brian, at this point of the investigation, it's the autopsy that I know we're all waiting to hear about, because that will definitely help us try to figure.
Or talking to a girl, that we can get a description of that girl, what she was wearing, who she might be, and follow up on more questions.
So then, Brian, at this point of the investigation, it's the autopsy that I know we're all waiting to hear about, because that will definitely help us try to figure out what exactly happened, right?
Yes, the autopsy is probably the next step and probably the biggest step in determining what happened here. Autopsies do two things. It tells you the cause of death and the manner of death. It could be any number of things in terms of being a homicide, an accident. I don't believe it's going to be a natural death, but that determination is going to be important. But then also, of course, the cause. What caused Nolan Wells to die? Is it strictly the drowning? Was it something else? Was it blunt force trauma? That's going to give us a lot more answers and hopefully some...
One thing that also comes to mind that I just was thinking about today while I was out working at one of my jobs today was that I have a friend, and he watches a lot of my videos actually, and he can swim very well just like me. And at our school, we, that we attended, the School for Vision Loss, has a indoor pool, and they used to have us race from one end, from the shallow end to the deep end of the pool, right? And it was always between me and him winning the race. The other students they were just in the race, but it was always between me and him. And yes, he is Caucasian. And sometimes I would win, sometimes he would win, but a majority of the time he would win. Even though I'm a strong swimmer. I just don't know. Maybe it's just something within Caucasian blood. I don't know about being a super, super strong swimmer. Or being able to be faster. It's not even about being stronger, it's about being faster. But also that same friend, I hold the record for schools for vision loss and running the 60-meter dash. And when he would run track, he wouldn't near be able to beat me. But when I think about the whole thing about Nolan Wells, right? Could it be possible that he was in front of this girl and his friends were trying to race him in the pool, and he overdid it and overworked his body and somehow passed away? Anything is possible, I know this guy here is saying that, natural, very unlikely, but that could become natural because of you trying to overwork yourself, right? Overworking your heart can cause you to have a heart attack or something like that because you're trying to impress a girl and you're 18 years old. Again, as I stated earlier, we've all been 18 years old, right? And I've been in front of, girls, trying to impress them, but everybody has been there, maybe not to the extent of trying to superly swim super fast or trying to impress and overworking your body or trying to do any of that. But I mean, just impressing somebody, telling them about something about you or anything, So anything is possible. So it could be that he could have passed away from natural causes, but that is highly unlikely. But it could have happened. His friends could have said, come deeper in the water. And he went too far deep and the water started doing things and they even panicked and, anything is possible. But that doesn't mean that they unalived him. He was trying to impress the girl. So, I mean, anything is possible. I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm just giving, 18-year-old explanations what could have happened. Because we've all been there and we all need to consider that. And even his family needs to consider that. Obviously, he didn't even want to leave the girl to go back with his friends. So you need to even consider that could he have just been overly and trying to impress her and did something, swim too deep in the water, even though he's a strong swimmer? Because again, I'm a strong swimmer. And but I also know how far I want to go, so then I can get back if I get tired. Did he go too deep trying to impress her and couldn't get back fast enough and went too far, and then he overworked his body, and his body, he drowned, or he overworked his body swimming. All of those things, you do have to consider those things, even though you don't want to. Again, like I said, my friend, him swimming, did he swim against a friend? Did a friend say, let's see if you can beat me and impress her and beat me? And then he was swimming and the friend beat him, and, or they tried to race again, and then somehow something happened. All of those things, you need to look at all that. And people have to stop just assuming that, his friends did something to him because, his friends are all Caucasian and he was the only black person. We got to stop just jumping to that conclusion. That is only one possibility out of all the possibilities that it could be. It could be the things that I just talked about, trying to impress the girl in front of his friends. He already didn't want to leave her. I believe the friend when he said he didn't want to leave her. I believe that he didn't want to leave her without making sure he get contact information and stuff to stay in contact with her. And we all have to open our minds to that, even if we don't want to. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. But all day today, I was just thinking about how I raced against my friend in the pool, me and all the other students. And a lot of the time, he would beat me to the other end of the pool. But he definitely can't outrun me. Nolan Wells could have, based off of the possibility that I'm running in my head right now, if his friends outswimmed him, if he's good at football or good at basketball, okay, let's try to play a little bit of some football or basketball or something. Let's see if you can beat me playing that. And I'll show the girl what I'm absolutely good at. You seen what my friends is good at, but I'm going to show you what I'm good at since you like me. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's me thinking as me being 18 years old and, again, but it also could be me just thinking as a person that's almost 30 though too, because maybe if I was 18 still, I would think like Nolan Wells, but who knows? Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Trip family. Let's continue.
Questions that lead to the Nolan Wells to die. Is it strictly the drowning? Was it something else? Is there blunt force trauma? That's going to give us a lot more answers, and hopefully some questions that lead to the ultimate question and answer of what happened to Nolan Wells and how did he die.
All right, Ike, Brian, thank you both.
Hey, have you been researching dental
advertisement,
implants?
y'all?
Did you know you can now get permanent teeth in just 24 hours? With most...
So, again, like I said, we need to stay open-minded to what it really could be. Because like I just said, I was thinking about that while I was working all day today, about how it could be that he could have been trying to impress the girl. The friends told him to swim. They could have had a swim race, and Nolan was trying to do everything to get to the other end to impress the girl or whatever, and something could have happened. Anything is possible. Because again, like I said, me racing against my friend in the pool, and I could only imagine if there was some girl that I wanted to see me win against my friend. I'm trying to do everything in my power to swim faster than him, knowing that he's just faster than me. And like I said, I know a lot of Caucasians who are just a lot faster swimmers or something, or they it's just maybe just in their blood. It don't even have to be about their race. It could just be that their dad is a faster swimmer. It could be even a faster black person who can swim faster than me. It could be anything. But just the fact that he's trying to impress this girl, he could have overworked his body trying to beat the friend who's swimming faster than him, and something could have happened. Just overworking yourself trying to impress somebody, and that, if that is the case, that would just be very, very unfortunate, because it isn't worth that because you can impress her by doing something that you know that you could outbeat your friends doing. But who knows? We're still waiting to hear. Let me know what y'all think. I'll have the original video pinned at the top of the chat and in a link in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me through direct message over on my professional FB or my professional Instagram account. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights, make sure you send that to me through direct message on my professional FB or my professional Instagram as well too. Let me know if there's a civil rights attorney involved similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Let me know about the activists that are involved so I can join them and to help fighting for justice for you and your family. Also, let me know if your family member or friend is still here and that the police, didn't unalive them. If they are still here, see if they want to be interviewed and, give their side of the story, plus me pulling the pulling the, the information that is public about the case and the facts about the case between, your relative or yourself, along with the evidence that's released to the public from the news, and let me know about the activist that's involved so I can join to help fight for justice for you and your family as well too. And if your relative is no longer here due to the incident with the police, then you can come on and talk, or you can give me the information and I can talk for you, in the family, and again, help fight for justice for you and your family. Make sure you also come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram as well too. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Trip family. And prayers go out to Nolan's family. Let's continue. Prayers go out to Nolan's family. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. I thought I was continuing a video for some reason.